The US Navy just deployed a submarine so lethal it can obliterate an entire Russian battle group before anyone knows it's there. What happens when a stealth submarine armed with hypersonic torpedoes locks onto enemy warships that have no idea they're being hunted? And how does a single vessel carry enough firepower to sink a dozen ships in half a minute while remaining completely undetectable? Join us as we reveal the underwater predator that's rewriting the rules of naval warfare and making Russian admirals lose sleep. Section 1. The Silent Assassin. The Virginia-class attack submarine represents the pinnacle of underwater warfare technology. Unlike older submarines that relied on noisy diesel engines or aging nuclear reactors, the Virginia-class operates with a level of stealth that makes it nearly impossible to detect. Its advanced pump jet propulsion system eliminates the telltale sounds that traditional propellers create, allowing it to move through the ocean quieter than ambient sea noise. The submarine measures 377 feet in length and displaces approximately 7,800 tons when submerged. It can dive to depths exceeding 800 feet and maintain speeds over 25 knots underwater. But raw specifications don't tell the full story. What makes the Virginia-class truly terrifying is how it combines stealth, sensors, and weapons into a platform that can hunt surface ships and submarines with near impunity. The submarine's sonar systems are among the most advanced ever deployed. The ANBQQ-10 sonar suite can detect, classify, and track multiple targets simultaneously at ranges exceeding 50 miles. It distinguishes between different ship types based on acoustic signatures, identifying specific vessels within enemy fleets. This capability allows submarine commanders to prioritize high-value targets like aircraft carriers, cruisers, and supply ships. But detection is only the beginning. The Virginia-class carries 12 vertical launch tubes capable of firing Tomahawk cruise missiles, plus 4 21-inch torpedo tubes that can deploy the MK-48 ADCAP torpedo, one of the most lethal anti-ship weapons ever created. Each MK-48 weighs nearly 3,700 pounds, carries a 650-pound high-explosive warhead, and can travel at speeds exceeding 55 knots for distances over 25 miles. The torpedo's guidance system is where the real magic happens. After launch, the MK-48 uses active and passive sonar to track its target, constantly updating its course to intercept moving ships. It can perform evasive maneuvers to avoid countermeasures, dive beneath thermoclines to hide from enemy sonar, and even circle back for multiple attack runs if the first pass misses. Once it locks onto a target, escape is nearly impossible. The warhead doesn't need to strike the ship directly to be lethal. Modern torpedoes are designed to explode beneath the keel, creating a gas bubble that lifts the ship's center section out of the water. As the bubble collapses, the ship's own weight breaks its spine, snapping the hull in half. Large warships can sink in minutes from this single blow, taking their crews and weapon systems down with them. Virginia-class submarines can carry up to 26 torpedoes, though the exact loadout varies by mission. Section 2. Hunting Russian warships. Russian naval forces operate under significant disadvantages when facing American submarines. Despite modernization efforts, Russian anti-submarine warfare capabilities lag decades behind US technology. Their surface ships use sonar systems that struggle to detect quiet submarines, particularly in the noisy acoustic environments where naval battles occur. Consider a hypothetical scenario based on the recent Russian naval exercises near Cuba. 4 Russian warships, including the Admiral Gorshkov frigate and Kazan submarine, conduct operations in international waters. US Naval Command assigns a Virginia-class submarine to shadow the Russian flotilla, monitoring movements and maintaining targeting solutions. The American submarine trails the Russian ships from a distance of 15 miles, deep enough to avoid detection while maintaining constant sonar contact. The submarine's fire control system tracks each vessel, calculating speeds, courses, and optimal attack geometries. The crew identifies priority targets. The Admiral Gorshkov, with its anti-ship missiles, and the Kazan submarine pose the greatest threats. In a combat scenario, the Virginia class would execute what submariners call a coordinated salvo attack. The submarine would position itself to maximize firing angles while minimizing time between weapon impacts. Fire control computers would calculate launch sequences designed to overwhelm defensive systems by having multiple torpedoes arrive simultaneously from different directions. The attack would begin with the submarine rising to launch depth around 150 feet below the surface. Torpedo tubes would flood silently, outer doors opening without creating detectable acoustic signatures. At the command to fire, compressed air would eject the first MK-48 torpedo, which would immediately activate its motor and begin accelerating toward the Admiral Gorshkov. 3 seconds later, a second torpedo launches toward the Kazan submarine. Russian sonar operators might detect the first weapon within seconds of launch, but by then, it's already too late. The MK-48 closes at over 60 miles per hour, covering the distance to target in approximately 15 minutes. But in a close-range engagement at 5 miles, impact occurs in less than 5 minutes. The Admiral Gorshkov's defensive systems would attempt to counter the incoming torpedo. The ship might deploy anti-torpedo decoys designed to lure the weapon away with acoustic signals mimicking the ship's sound profile. It might execute evasive maneuvers, turning sharply to present a smaller target profile. The close-in weapon system might even attempt to engage the torpedo with gunfire if it surfaces near the ship. None of these countermeasures are likely to succeed. The MK-48's advanced guidance system can distinguish between real targets and decoys. It tracks the actual ship regardless of evasive maneuvers. And its approach from below the ship makes gunfire interception impossible. Section 3. Why Russia can't compete. The technological gap between American and Russian submarines has widened dramatically since the Cold War. During the Soviet era, Russian submarines posed genuine threats to US naval forces. Modern Russian submarines, while improved, still can't match American capabilities in critical areas that determine combat effectiveness. Noise reduction represents the most significant disparity. Virginia-class submarines operate so quietly that they're essentially undetectable at ranges beyond a few miles, even with advanced sonar. Russian submarines, including the newest Yasen-class boats like the Kazan, are louder by orders of magnitude. This means American submarines can detect Russian boats long before being detected themselves, providing decisive first strike advantages. Sensor technology shows similar gaps. American sonar systems can track multiple targets across vast ocean areas, processing massive amounts of acoustic data to identify and classify contacts. Russian systems have improved but remain inferior in range, resolution, and processing power. In practical terms, American submarines see more of the battlefield and understand what they're seeing better than Russian counterparts. Weapons technology favors America even more dramatically. The MK-48 ADCAP torpedo has been continually upgraded for over 40 years, each iteration improving speed, range, guidance, and lethality. Russian torpedoes like the UGST and Shkval are capable weapons, but they don't match MK-48 performance. The Shkval supercavitating torpedo is extremely fast but unguided, making it useful only at very short ranges. The UGST is wire-guided but slower and less sophisticated than American counterparts. Crew training creates another major advantage. American submarine crews undergo years of intensive training before deployment. They practice realistic combat scenarios constantly, drilling on every possible emergency and tactical situation. Russian submarine training has declined since Soviet times due to reduced funding and less sea time. This experience gap means American crews can execute complex tactics more effectively under pressure. Industrial capacity matters too. The United States operates approximately 50 attack submarines with plans to maintain or expand this fleet. Russia operates around 15 modern attack submarines with limited ability to build replacements quickly. In any extended conflict, America could sustain losses and continue operations while Russia's submarine force would be depleted rapidly. The Black Sea Fleet's decimation by Ukraine demonstrates Russian naval vulnerabilities. Ukraine doesn't even have a navy, yet they've destroyed or damaged over 25% of Russian Black Sea vessels using improvised tactics and relatively simple weapons. If a nation without naval forces can achieve this level of success, imagine what American submarines could accomplish with vastly superior technology and training. Russian naval doctrine hasn't adapted to modern realities. They still focus on building large surface ships designed to project power against weaker opponents. But against American submarines, these surface ships are targets, not threats. The Admiral Gorshkov frigate might carry impressive missiles, but none of that matters if it's sinking from a torpedo strike before it knows an enemy submarine is present. Section 4. The underwater dominance. American submarine superiority extends beyond individual platform capabilities to encompass global reach and operational flexibility. Virginia-class submarines deploy worldwide, maintaining presence in every ocean simultaneously. This allows the US Navy to respond to threats anywhere within days or even hours, depending on submarine positioning. The submarines operate in what the Navy calls forward presence missions, quietly patrolling near potential adversary waters without being detected. During the recent Russian naval exercises near Cuba, at least one Virginia-class submarine was almost certainly shadowing the Russian flotilla continuously, ready to engage if ordered. The Russians likely suspected American submarines were nearby, but couldn't confirm locations or numbers. This uncertainty creates strategic paralysis for potential adversaries. Russian naval commanders must assume American submarines are tracking their ships whenever they operate beyond protected waters. This forces them to maintain defensive postures, dedicate resources to anti-submarine warfare, and limit operational flexibility. They can't move freely without wondering if death lurks beneath the waves. The Virginia class enables power projection in ways surface ships cannot match. While aircraft carriers attract attention and can be tracked by satellites, submarines disappear beneath the ocean surface and operate invisibly. They can approach hostile coastlines, gather intelligence, deploy special operations forces, or strike targets without warning. This combination of stealth and firepower makes them irreplaceable strategic assets. Future upgrades will make Virginia-class submarines even more capable. The Block V variant adds a 40-foot hull extension containing 4 additional vertical launch tubes, increasing Tomahawk capacity from 12 to 40 missiles. This transforms the submarine from primarily an anti-ship platform into a multi-mission system capable of devastating land attack campaigns while maintaining anti-submarine capabilities. New weapons under development will further increase lethality. Hypersonic anti-ship missiles designed for submarine launch could engage targets over 1,000 miles away, allowing submarines to strike enemy fleets from far beyond counterattack range. Advanced torpedoes with artificial intelligence guidance systems could prosecute targets with even greater effectiveness while requiring less crew input. The message to Russia and other potential adversaries is clear. American submarines are untouchable predators that can destroy your fleet before you know they're there. No amount of surface ship modernization can change this reality. As long as American submarines maintain their technological edge and operational excellence, US naval dominance remains secure. The US Navy's Virginia-class submarine can track, target, and destroy an entire Russian battle group in 32 seconds, using torpedoes that travel faster than ships can evade. Russian warships have no effective defense against these underwater predators that hunt them from the depths with impunity. The question is, does this overwhelming American submarine superiority guarantee peace through deterrence? Or does it encourage adversaries to develop asymmetric responses that could destabilize naval warfare? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if you want more breakdowns of weapon systems that define modern military power, make sure you're subscribed. Thanks for watching.